As a full or part-time faculty member here at Lawson State, there are essential things that we want you to be aware of as you're working with students. Oftentimes students may come to you just as an advisor or maybe as an instructor with just some general questions. So here's some basic things we want you to be aware of. Key changes at the institution. One is MyLawson, which is located at the top left side, MyLawson Campus, which is right here, the Virtual Advising Center, which is where students get advised, and the help desk, which is right over here, technical support, if students need help with Blackboard or email or MyLawson login. One of the things that I want to draw to your attention that's new at the institution is that there is now a single sign-in for students. So if a student goes to email, for example, right here, you'll notice when we scroll down, there's a basic email address for the username. That's their A number at lawsonstate.edu, and their password is !LSCC, date of birth. Now you might be thinking, well, why are we going over this? It's because one of the things that's new to Lawson is that this single sign-in is used for email, Blackboard, and MyLawson. So that's important for you to know as a member of the Lawson State family. So regardless, as long as students can use this same email address and username and password, they'll be able to navigate successfully, whether it's email, Blackboard, or MyLawson. So let's take a look at MyLawson, and one of the things we want you to be aware of is that this is the hub where students will come to register. They can pay for their classes, they can look up classes, they can look up holds, they can find out everything. This is where they'll go for their grades. This is the main hub for students and you as an employee as well. So as you can see, here's the student login, here's your login as employees. You can also see down below, here's the login directions for students again. And if you scroll further down, there are the login directions for you as an employee. If you have not logged in to MyLawson, it's imperative that you go ahead and do that so we know for sure that you can log in. Also, I wanted to draw to your attention that we have Lawson tutorials for students. These are very important. As an advisor of students, you want to make sure you're talking to them, you guide them to the tutorials. The first one deals with navigating by Lawson, the second one is dealing with registration, and the third one outlines the types of courses that we offer and the responsibilities that students have when they register for these courses. So we definitely want you to guide students again to the MyLawson page and watching those videos, especially when you're in an advising session with them. Next is if a student either they can't find their A number, that's the new student number, or maybe they can't log in, please tell them to enable their account and we'll assist them with that. They may also have an advising hold, which we're going to show you how to lift advising holds. But if they have other holds, such as the business hold, they can click here and we can connect them to the right individuals to work to get that hold lifted. If they click here, this is Pay My Tuition. This will walk them through how to pay their tuition online. So again, very important information for you to know. The next area that I want to cover is MyLawson Campus. For professional development this week, we definitely want you to actually go out to MyLawson and explore what's out here. This is basically a one-stop center for all students. They can get information on applying to the college. They can get specific information based on the type of student they are, returning or transfer. There's information on tuition and holds and financial aid and housing. This is also where they would go to schedule a virtual advising center visit, right, to schedule a virtual advising appointment. They can also report if someone missed an advising appointment. They can ask advising questions or contact a virtual counselor. This is where they would also connect with ADA services. Also, there's a registration portal for looking up their schedule, registering online, adding and dropping classes, withdrawing from classes. The catalog is out here in stars and changing their major. We get hit with this question a lot, so you send them out to MyLawson to change their major. They can also do Cougar Alert and transcripts. And one of the areas that I really like is that there's a support area right in this section. Help desk is here. They can get tutoring, free tutoring, file a complaint, online resources, and grade appeals. But in this section right here, they can contact financial aid or the business office or admissions or the records office. And this button right here, click to ask a question. Please reference this when you don't know, when they ask you a question, you have no clue. That's happened to me. So just simply tell them to click to ask a question. When they do so, this button is going to go to an array of individuals that work at the institution, deans and associate deans, and someone is going to know the answer to their question and help them. And you can see below, this is linking to eCollege in the bookstore and the e-book store, and forms and other information. So the MyLawson campus is a very essential hub that we want everyone at the institution to guide students to it, opposed to just telling them, hey, contact admissions. We want you to say, hey, go to MyLawson, scroll down, and contact admissions through the contact admissions button. That's really important, and students will begin to navigate, and they'll become less dependent on us to tell them information. That's really the goal here. The other thing that I wanted to highlight is the Virtual Advising Center. It's right here. This is where students would come to, if they're a new student, they can click here to set up an appointment. They can also click here for just regular virtual advising. They can also report a missed advising appointment here or ask an advising question. So this is a very important hub that you need to be aware of, that's right there on the website. So that's just the first introduction that we have in terms of MyLawson and MyLawson Campus. At this point, it's time for your quiz. So please go ahead and take the MyLawson and MyLawson Campus quiz.